Welcome to Black Hat 2026. I'm Mike Shema with Cyber TV, and we're excited to bring you live interviews right here from the show floor all week. Joining me for the next few days is my co-host, Jackie McGuire. Hey, Jackie.
Good morning.
Good morning. The voice says good, the expression says a little more coffee. I feel you. Yeah. Exactly.
I've already had a 6-shot flat white, but I also got a 30-ounce cold brew, so I'll be levitating within an hour or so, I think.
Levitating is good. You'll need to levitate through the crowds. I'm sure this is going to be yet another packed Black Hat with people. I haven't walked the vendor floor yet to see, so I don't know.
I'm a fast walker, so when people get like 4 across and start slow walking, I always have a hard time.
Out of the way.
And I'll be like, excuse me! Like, don't you people have somewhere to be? It's awesome. It's been like, I only see my friends twice a year at RSA and Black Hat, so it's always nice to be around my people and not have to just talk to them on Signal.
It is good to have that family reunion aspect of Black Hat, to see where are people, how their families have changed, how their jobs have changed, how their careers have changed. It's interesting.
Yeah,
it's a journey.
But the more years you're around, the harder it is to get through from the hotel to the convention center and back without stopping 15 times. So
yes,
it's a good feeling.
Almost a bit like an odyssey, perhaps. It takes 20 years to get
exactly
from one place to the other.
It feels like that, yeah. Yeah.
So one of the obviously go-to questions we always have to set up in these is, what are you looking forward to today, other than perhaps some more coffee?
Yeah, snacks.
Good
I hope
choice.
there's snacks. I saw cookies yesterday. I didn't have one, but I was
Open
like...
the raisin. If they got that, I'm straight to that vendor.
What? Oh, no. Chocolate chip all the way.
Okay, fair.
But, no, I think we're in an interesting time, right? And so I've been finding this whole, like, open source versus closed source debate interesting. So I want to see how that starts to kind of permeate the floor and the sides people line up to take. Anytime you have a year like this where there's just a ton of buzz around one particular thing, I always find it fun.
What particular thing would that be?
Yeah, I don't know. I forget. Call my agent.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Yeah, so no, I think like just seeing how people are, the 8,000 different ways you can say the same thing about agentic AI is really interesting. And then every company has rebranded itself for the AI era. And so seeing all the new taglines that somehow work AI into them, it's always fun to see the weird stuff people are giving away. We were having that conversation this morning. But yeah, I don't know. Every year is something new and different, right? And so I feel like we went from like XDR to zero trust. So last year was kind of AI, but like hadn't really gotten there yet. And then this year we're just fully on the AI train. So
yes.
What about you?
We're at machine speed this year. I think between machine speed and evolving, those are the two things I'm just going to count on my bingo card. Like, somebody was not as clever as everybody else, just copied.
Yeah.
I don't know. This year, I'm trying to be polite about this. I'm looking for the interesting thing that somebody is doing with LLMs and agents that isn't just, we can find some more vulns, because I'm going to shrug a little bit. We've always been finding vulns, and that's not exactly the problem that companies have. So,
and you don't need all of them, right? You need the ones that can actually be exploited.
Yes.
It'll be, I actually have not, I did a talk at my full-time employer's booth yesterday, but didn't actually make my rounds around the show floor, so this will be the day for that and for the, like, what swagger my kid's gonna like, because I'm missing, my kid's first week of school is this week, so, which is fine, they don't miss me because they have cooler things to do, but I'll bring them home, like, whatever.
Hopefully there's some good plushies or something. That's on my list,
Oh, plushies, There was a booth giving out stuffed dragons yesterday that I saw. Someone had a dragon sticking out of their backpack.
Okay, I need that for my Sunday D&D campaign. That would be fun. Yeah.
Nice,
I think one of the fun things I was doing, speaking of the Odyssey, I was going to riff on that, but 20 years ago, Black Hat, HD Moore was giving a presentation on the latest update of Metasploit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little bit interesting of, that's definitely that category of the more things change, the more things stay the same. Talk about LLMs and agentic everything, finding vulns. So
I interviewed him last year on Cyber TV, and gosh, what a smart dude.
It is, and it is cool to see who has continue to come through and adapt with these are the new topics with the LLMs, the agents, et cetera. One of the things, too, I was looking at when I was looking at the 2006 Black Hat, I saw Dan Kaminsky was giving a presentation.
Oh,
So R.I.P. Dan.
yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the sadder aspects of as we as the industry age,
We're
we as the
getting older.
attendees age.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so wild to think about. Like when you're like, yeah, I have 20 years of experience or 25 years of experience. You're like, there's no way I can't be that old. Because I started my career early, so I was used to being like one of the younger people in the room, and now I'm like, I manage people who are way younger than I am, and I'm like, wow, like it happens to everybody. My team called me the weird aunt yesterday, which I guess is kind of appropriate.
That seems like achievement unlocked. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess it's better than like the kooky grandma, but
20 more years, we'll get to that, right?
yeah. Oh, I'll be
give it
here.
time.
Yeah, be in my rascal scooter, honking at people coming through the crowds.
Well, obviously you're laughing, you're having a good time to kick things off. I appreciate that. As you walk the floor, is there still something that sneaks through the cynicism of 20 years of attending these types of things that you're actually like excited about, or something that, or at least maybe not excited, to be fair, just interesting these days?
Yeah, one of the things that I think is awesome is like there are a ton of students here, and that's
Okay.
it's always cool to see like the next generation of people, of security people, and what they're interested in. I speak at colleges and work with mentoring a lot, and it's always interesting to me to see what they think is interesting, because they're not quite as jaded and cynical. And so I talked to a group yesterday from it was a school in Washington, and just about like what their plans were, and they were so excited for like some of the after parties, and like it's invigorating to see like people coming in with fresh blood, and because it is such a weird transition time where I think those kids are now like, I can't imagine thinking like, okay, I'm getting out of school in the next year or two, and I have to figure out what the jobs are that are even available because of the nature of the way they've changed. Once you've gotten up into like the management and director positions, you don't have to worry as much about your job getting automated away, but these kids that are rolling out into these entry-level positions, they have significantly more to like fret about, but they're still having fun, they're still learning, yeah. And so I think that for me is the cool part. And it's also really interesting to see like the scrappy startups, because it's not cheap to be here, right?
Oh,
Booths
gosh,
are
no.
insanely expensive, and so just seeing like the way some startups find to do like guerrilla marketing, whether it's like somebody walking around with a backpack that's got their sign sticking out of it, giving out things, or like, yeah, I don't know. For a week in Vegas, which is a lot, it's like
That's
10 years anywhere else. it's my favorite week of the year. So
Oh, that's amazing. I so much appreciate you highlighting the human aspect as well, with the new grads, new people coming in, as well as the scrappy startups. I was going to jokingly say, I wonder how many of them are doing the .ai or the .security domain names for their...
yeah,
for
I
them.
was actually reading the other, probably a couple months ago, about how .ai is the Aleutian Islands and how much revenue they're making now. Because every domain is like the end is tied to some country some
.io
way.
used to be the cool one, but
Yeah.
now yes.
Yeah, but now it's .ai, so the Aleutian Islands are making an insane amount of money on people registering domains through their country. Yeah. I wonder which one it'll be next year, right? You're like, I wonder what country's going to get, what weird random country it'll be like. I don't know. And
I suppose we could make some bets on this too. We have all these future bets that you can do on random things, being in Vegas as well. So that's the other, what is it, thing that everybody talks about these days. But that's not very fun. I think the fun part is talking about it. I want to go back to the new grads or people coming in, because you kind of alluded to this. LLMs are taking over jobs, and there's the cliche of the junior coder is like the LLM. Did you get a sense of that concern as well from these folks?
No, I mean, I actually think they're a little bit more realistic. That's one of the interesting things. And I found this. I went to speak at, there's a cyber warfare range at the Pima Community College, University of Arizona, because I live down in Tucson. And I went to speak there, and it was really interesting because I think those students are significantly more pragmatic about using AI, and they're less prone to getting lazy and using it. I think they still
That is great.
they're not just trying to get through a day because they have 100 other life responsibilities. So I think they want to know how things work. They're not just going to like vibe code something, because I think a lot of them actually understood the underlying value of learning the thing behind the thing. And it's really interesting to think about. Like, I would love to see the demographics of who is more likely to use LLMs and coding assistants, by demographic, because I think for a lot of people, if you're in like middle management or upper management, you just need to get things done. And so there's so much more allure to just like, oh, I could just do this. I was expecting the students to be heavily reliant, and they really weren't, because they're still learning theory. So it's still fun for them to do it the long way,
Yes.
which is really, it's a good thing, I think.
Yes, getting your hands dirty and we used to just call it automation as opposed to machine speed or LLMs,
Yeah.
but you're writing that bash script or that Perl or Python, what have you, to be like, oh, I've done this a bunch of times. Now I'll just automate it because I have a better idea, and I'm learning a bit more from that automation. That hands-on aspect is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and I came into security through data science, so I was writing machine learning before it was cool. And I'm like, so for me, it's really interesting too to see just the evolution of what things we're trying to do with it. Because when I was writing it, I was doing like user and entity behavior analytics. So I was writing regression models just on kind of behavior baselines and resource access and like traversing through different resources that you don't usually use. And so to see it now actually kind of solving some of the more painful parts of, like false positives and things like that. I would rather we fix the things that cause the false positives, because we're really just addressing the symptom, not the problem. But it is nice to see it hopefully reducing the amount that people are going to burn out, because that's always the challenge. Is like you see people the first year they're an analyst and they're all like, oh, I just got my first, and then you see them 3 years later and they're like, yep, spent all day sitting at my desk again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I have to say kudos to having the energy 20 years later to be able to come to the black hat like this and deal with another week.
Yeah.
But I think, and one of those things I got into security more through like basically the web hacking aspect, because also JavaScript is a much easier to reason through than reverse engineering binaries at the time for me. So I'll go the easy way, read some text.
Yeah.
But that's where 20 years later today, James Kettle, Burp Suite fame, he's talking about how LLMs were helping him in his desync research, and what is it, HTTP Terminator is his talk today. So I'm curious to see someone who's been doing web app pen testing well before, when Frontier grep was the state of the art, see how he's adapting. And so that's where maybe I'll shed a little bit of my skepticism on just how helpful the LLMs can be. We'll see.
That's one of the things I kept saying is like, I can't even remember what my own Python did because I'm terrible at annotating my code. And so it's nice having these tools now that I can be like, can you tell me what I wrote 2 days ago that I never went back and annotated? Because when I'm in the groove, I'm just like, I know what it does.
Yeah, that's such a great feeling though, because you're in the zone. And then, oh, it works, but why did I make that decision?
Yeah, exactly.
Why did I make that other decision?
Yeah. So the co-pilots now, I can be like, hey, can you tell me what this code actually does? Because I knew, and now I don't know.
Well, Jack, even I don't know. You must have been on something.
Yeah,
this is crazy. Yeah. So when the LLMs start getting snarky, we know they've reached a new tier.
That's when you file a patent, because you're like, if it doesn't know, it's definitely novel.
That's true. It has been trained on anything. Yeah. Well, maybe, let's see, I'm trying to think of how to squeeze in one last fun question. If you could train an LLM on anything, what would it be? What would be the LLM that would help you?
Oh, man, that's a really good question. I feel like if an LLM could figure out why it's always like 10:30 at night that I want to eat my feelings and be like, no, you should do this instead. That's like, I need an assistant on my watch that, like, especially last night, is like, no, you should not eat an entire bag of popcorn covered in white and dark chocolate. That is not a healthy thing at 10:30. Yeah.
I don't know. Some white cheddar popcorn sounds really good right now. You got me thinking.
Yeah. It was, I actually woke up with no regrets, but...
Well, Jackie, I hope you have no regrets throughout the rest of the day and the rest of Black Hat, because it's going to be a long week.
It is, yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Follow along with us this week at securityweekly.com/blackhat. You'll find all of our published interviews there, plus extra event content from Cyber Risk Alliance. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with our first interview.